Good evening, geographers. Again, one of my later night examples. So we're going to build on the next part of the test paper on urban futures here, and we are going to look at this question that caused a large amount of students not accessing the 4 marks which is given, but with this bug you can actually start building around the question to be able to answer the question. So if you look at the explain, we know it's going to be, our command word is to give reasons why. And if it's an explain question, what the examiners are going to want to see is an initial idea followed by a development of your idea, so an expansion of what you've said. You could then do another idea followed up by a development, or you can do a idea with a development, with a development, with a development. Now in this question, examiners would give you a mark for a named LIDC or EDC, squatter settlement or slum. Now, growth is a key word here for our underline. Obviously squatter settlement. Connected, I'm going to underline this, growth of cities. Now when we're looking at this, you can segregate the question into 2 areas that you need to tackle. So let's just start by modelling it by doing this to get our first mark. An example of a slum in an LIDC is Kibera. There's your first mark for your case study. Now we need to tackle this word growth. So the growth, look at the fact that I'm using my key word there, of slums, is mainly caused by rapid rural to urban migration known as urbanisation. I've given a reason for that growth of that squatter settlement, but how is it connected to the rapid growth of cities? So we now need to develop our answer to tackle the second half of that question. More people causes overpopulation, which means additional slum housing. Apologies, my cat was annoying me there. There is the development, so you get 1 mark for your development. This one here is your idea. To build on that, you can then link to governments. Governments cannot keep up with housing, leading to additional growth slums. There's another development. Now be careful here not to repeat yourself. What you're trying to do is provide another unique example if you were further going to develop it, if you hadn't already secured the marks. An additional development that I could say here is that migrants build slums near to work locations with government unable to provide adequate infrastructure such as roads. There is an additional mark, not that you need to write it if you have done a full 4-mark question as I've shown you above. However, the misconception here was that we did not generally hit at the final development point, which therefore capped most of us at 3 marks in this question. A tricky worded question made easier again by this strategy of bug. Now, the other strategies that you would use, which I have not discussed with you today, is so what, or because technique, but I will do more on that at a later date.